sit down like on the floor against a wall or something.
Work up a fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to fart?
Yeah. I used to be able to fart on
demand.
Do you remember me asking for your blessing to marry Rachel?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, luckily they said yes. Yeah, it was over the phone. So yes, I did ask. They said yes. Mm-hmm. Was it weird because Rachel was engaged before? And it's an interesting dynamic because Rachel's ex-fiance actually works for Dennis in his company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Still today.
Was it weird for another guy to come in and ask to marry Rachel?
No, just the whole process just was done very professionally, caringly, if you will. Gabe, great guy, and we had a meeting with him basically after it
After they
changed.
broke up?
Yeah, after they broke up, and we just said, hey, we doesn't change our feelings about him, and he's a great asset to us with our business, and didn't want that to change at all, and it didn't.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are friends still today, and so
Yeah.
we're very blessed that whole process that I know can be so ugly at times. It couldn't have happened and worked out any better.
Well, it probably helped that Rachel
Well
and
said.
Gabe had, broken up before.
Yeah, before this
They had met
came to
and
be.
came
Right.
to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a hobby?
Oh,
We know he does.
I can name several right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have a number of hobbies. Probably my favorite one is motorcycles. And
Let's insert the picture of when Dennis took home
The blue ribbon.
the blue ribbon from the, what was it? Tour
Concourse
de
de
Concourse
Elegance.
de Elegance. I was going to say Tour
Hilton
de.
Head Island. Yeah,
That was so fun.
What
It was.
What motorcycle was that?
it was 1965 BMW R69S.
Really cool. How would you describe Rach as a child/teenager?
A blast.
Whew, I was worried about that one.
She was an adventure.
Oh.
Just
If you could have any celebrity come to the lake and you could take him out on the boat, who would it be?
I guess it'd have to be Don Johnson
Yeah.
from Miami Vice. Yeah. I mean, I live
Would
by
you be
that
blasting
show
Miami
and that
Vice?
song and drink a lot of beer to that.
Don Johnson.
Were Dennis and Rachel really close when she was growing up? Have you ever had a challenging or tough time in your relationship? How did you overcome it? Really curious to hear your answer on this one.
You are? Or somebody asked that?
Yeah.
Someone asked that. I
Do you
didn't
have a
ask
fake
that.
Instagram profile that you typed this question up on?
No.
I think both Annie and you and I were very close.
So was she daddy's
through
girl?
all the years.
Because Barb's her best friend now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that they were daddy's girl. I think Barb and I equally shared in their love and whatever. Initially, or through the early years, I don't think Annie created many challenges. I think Rachel is a little more set in her thought process.
What?
And so we would have challenges.
This girl?
You don't mean me. That doesn't sound like
But
me at all.
I'm glad it's not me saying this.
But in retrospect, I think she's like me.
Yes.
Could not have said it better myself.
I mean, yeah.
Because, yeah.
I'm
Totally.
glad, I'm glad we
I-
got to this point in the interview.
Because I think the times that we would have a difficult time with each other, in retrospect, I think it's because she's like me.
Yeah, because
Totally.
you're the same person.
100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking
And this
back
isn't
on,
scripted.
no, it's not. And
No,
we've
it's-
never really discussed this either. Like, we've had some small challenges in our relationship, and I would consider them very small and very limited to like one argument done.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to us both having the exact same personality
And it
type.
still happens every now and then.
Very,
Today.
very rarely.
Not as often as it used to,
Like
but
I say, I can't even
still.
think of the last time you guys.
Yeah.
I can't
butted
either.
heads.
I can't either. But it just like will vary.
I think we hide them better now.
Probably. We're both more mature now. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's really interesting that you said that because I think it's very true. I love you most.
No, you don't love me more than I love you.
Yeah, I do.
No
I guess
way,
I do.
Jose.
Oh,
Now that I
my
have
gosh.
kids, I can't say that I don't love you more than you love me, but I know how much I love my kids, and
Mm-hmm. You know now.
I know
where it's
what
from
it's
our
like.
seat.
I know, I know.
Mhm.
I couldn't say it that I'm a mommy's girl or a daddy's girl though, because
Right.
I
Yeah,
feel like
no.
that
No.
is sad for the other parent.
Yep.
But
I think we've done pretty good on that.
we've had a great relationship. I remember Dad tucking me in as a child, and like now that I'm doing that with my kids, I know that they're gonna remember those times.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know.
That's one of my favorite
That's
things
cool.
to do is put the kids to bed.
I know.
Like, I love reading their story before bed.
And things
You
that
guys
I do
have
with
done that since day one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I just like, I don't even know how to put words to that. The visual of you guys, and of course really got to see it when you lived with us, that, that I knew that it was sincere and it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look at them. I mean, you can't replace that with anything.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, things that I do with them, like, are dated back to things that you did with me that I knew was hilarious to me or super fun. Like when you would stand on the outside of my door as a kid and like pop your head in up high, and then he would disappear, and then he would pop in like down low. And I do that with the kids and they just go wild, and
I love making kids laugh.
oh, you do, and
Yeah.
you're really good at it. And I'm like
Yeah.
taking a page from your book with my kids,
Yeah.
trying to
I love doing
remember
it with
the
them,
things
too,
that you
now.
did with me as a kid that I still remember. This is getting so sappy.
Yeah, okay. So, is there something that Dennis, or is there something that Rachel does that like is a pet peeve of yours? We need to turn this around. You guys are getting too sappy.
Okay, sorry. What do I do that's a pet peeve of yours?
Or vice versa. Is there something that Dennis does that's a pet peeve of yours? Like make Rusty bark.
Oh yeah. Let's say that. Dad's really good at making Rusty bark, especially when the
Dennis-
kids are asleep.
Dennis loves to instigate Rusty.
No, I don't
He
like.
can make this
I don't.
high-pitched noise with his lips that
yeah.
Rusty will immediately start barking.
No, not barking. Just making whining noises.
Do it.
No, don't do it. No.
There it is.
Yeah.
He'll come
He's
from
right
wherever
here.
he
He's
is.
literally right here.
Right here.
And his
breathing.
ears are
He's
like.
breathing on me. Yeah.
Yep, that's a pet peeve.
Is there anything that Rach does that's
I'm trying
a
to
pet
think.
peeve?
Nothing. Moving on. Nothing. I'm perfect. I can't get past the comment that just says you're beautiful.
Only
How long have you and Barb been married? 40
years.
Yeah. Do you have any marriage advice? Like how the heck did you guys last 40 years?
You have to suck it up that neither one of you are perfect. You're going to have challenges. There's no two people, I think, that could ever get along together 100%. So it's just realizing that you both have to give and take and look at each other for their strong points. I guess that's it.
Yeah,
That's really good.
We don't need to talk about the bedroom.
Oh.
Was I supposed to go there?
No. I'm gonna move on from that and say, how did you propose to Barb?
That's a good
Speaking
one.
of a loving.
How did you meet and then how did you propose?
We met through a mutual friend. Actually, I lived in Germany, came back after 2 years, and a close friend of mine, the girl he was dating at the time, Barb, was a friend of hers, and I said I'd like to meet her. So we went out, actually doing what kids do in high school, TPing houses.
That's what you guys did for your date?
That's what they were going out, and I got invited along.
Was it homecoming
and
week or
she-
something? Or they just randomly?
No, Barb and Betty was were there, and they were, you know,
I've never heard
Do
this.
people still do that?
I think so.
Tea
prom
We do it at
queens,
homecoming. Yeah, homecoming week we do that.
Homecoming.
queens or
Mhm.
whatever, and so I just said I'd like to meet one of them. Well, Tom, the
One
friend
of
of
them.
ours, yeah, didn't.
I just want to meet one of them. I don't care which one.
Well, he said one of them was dating somebody already, so he introduced me to the other one. So I hope that's right. That's the way I remember
Does
it.
Barb know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Then my cheeks hurt.
if she doesn't, I'm in trouble. And so we go
I'd
out
like to meet one of them.
TPing houses, and she thought I was some German guy and didn't speak English.
Really?
Yeah, and so she didn't really.
Did you play that on?
Kind of, yeah, because Tom told me, and so I just didn't talk, and it didn't go anywhere then. Other than I thought she was pretty, and I liked her. She was nice, and so I went back to Germany for 2 years, came back to go to college, and ran into her at the college, and so I then told Tom. I said, "Hey, she's at school here. I'd like to meet her again." And so he set it up. He arranged it. So then this goes back to the story I said when I met her again the next day in the student union.
Right.
And Betty made it
Okay.
easy on me.
Tom
Well,
who?
So that O'Donnell.
Tom O'Donnell.
So your first date after you got back from Germany, what'd you guys do for your first date?
Then our
First date.
actual first date
Yeah.
was at a nightclub in Kansas.
They have nightclubs in Kansas?
Kansas has
Yeah.
a nightclub?
No,
Well-
why did you go to Kansas? I know the answer to this.
Yeah, because in Missouri you have to be 21 to drink. In Kansas, it's 18.
At that time.
Yeah.
That sounds
Nowadays-
that sounds
nowadays.
So
my-
all the kids
my
would
parents-
drive.
Wisconsin was 18, Illinois was 21, so yeah.
They would
my
drive
parents
across
go
the
to-
border.
Yeah, we go to
Mhm.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, so we'd drive over and drink and
I have a couple questions from Tanya. Do you have a bucket list item you want to complete?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
bucket list item.
Tanya always asks really good
I
questions.
would love to go back to Germany.
I would love for him to take us.
I would
Yeah.
love to go to Germany
We
too.
started to do that a few years ago, and then it was when the
Paris,
terrorism in
yeah.
Paris happened, and so we didn't do it. And,
We went to Whistler instead, and it was
yes.
fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yep.
good backup vacation.
Yep, Seattle and Whistler. And
Best skiing
Canada and
probably
all.
we've ever had.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Absolutely.
best skiing I've ever had. You've skied in like the Alps and stuff.
Right, right. No, it was
Alp
really,
skiing
it was incredible.
Not that great, I mean.
Whistler was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is really, really good. This might be my favorite question of all of them. What is one trait you want your grandchildren to inherit from yourself? Oh, humble brag.
Yeah.
Hashtag
time to
humble brag.
But you don't have to be humble. You can just brag.
Yeah.
That they grow up and love their grandchildren as much as I love them.
Oh,
Is that answering
that's
it?
great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's a great grandfather response. I think what I want them to get from Dennis. Dennis gets up 4:30, 5 a.m. every day and goes to the office and starts working. So Dennis is the hardest worker that you'll ever meet. And so that's what I want our kids to get from their bumpa.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. We have a lot of pictures of Bear with Bumpa really early in the morning because Bear would wake up really early and Bumpa would already be working. And so we'd bring Bear up and Bear would sit with Bumpa and work.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad is really, really good about telling you that he loves you and giving you a hug and giving you a kiss and expressing how he feels in the moment. There is never a time that you let that pass without telling somebody that you love them. And I hope to do that as well. It reminds me to tell my kids that I love them throughout the day, all day. Don't just tell them and then expect that it's gonna stick. You need to tell them all the time that you love them.